Ashley here with Createful Art. I'm traveling and painting in all 50 states. Today I'm in New York City, New York, and I'd love to show you how to paint the Statue of Liberty. Statue of Liberty's over there. Thank you Createful Art members for making this video possible. There is a link in the description below where you too can sign up to become a Createful Art member, and you get reference photos and other fun perks to help you paint along with me. It was really busy at the Statue of Liberty and you can't take big things. So what I had to do with this one is take a picture, take lots of pictures, and then I used the picture that I wanted to, and I freehanded this. I used a metallic acrylic marker. Now, if you don't want to freehand something, you can actually print it out and then trace it, okay? So the sketch, I made sure that it was right, pretty right. I mean, it was freehand, so it's not exactly right. But for this part, I'm gonna put some emotion into what I'm going to paint, and I'm gonna use my fat brush. That's a 1-inch flat on the top, and I'm going to be pretty loose with this, and I'm going to grab my white and my brilliant blue, and I'm going to start putting down my sky. And when I'm putting this down, I'm going to be using a crisscross pattern, and I'm going to put more than blue into my sky. I'm going to put in gold, I'm going to put in pinks. I'm just trying to create some emotion in here. So now I'm just working on the water while the sky dries so I can put more detail in the sky. And what I'm doing is I'm taking that purple color that's up there, and this is going to be the darkest color, and then I'm going to lighten it up with a reflection of what's going on here. So I'll go to this next color and add that right through here. And I'm not going to worry about adding my blue so much right now. Grabbing my smaller flat brush, come in here, take that off there, and move it like that. I'm just adding a little bit of gold, and then I'm going to have to come in again like with my clouds and let that dry so that I can add in more details. Now I'm going to start on my Statue of Liberty, and sorry, drop that. And because my Statue of Liberty has a lot more detail, I'm moving down to my round brush and a small round brush, and I'm going to make that color of the Statue of Liberty, which is like a really green color because of the copper. Okay, and so I'm going to take my small brush and I'm basically going to sketch out my painting again with this. So notice how I didn't put in every little detail because I'm leaving this a little more impressionistic. So I've moved inside my lovely studio, which is my RV that I'm traveling in. And I'm going to start painting inside because it's just crazy out there and it's dark. So I really want to finish this painting. So I'm going to work on the sky some more because it's now dry, and the water some more. And basically what I'm doing is I'm adding in the light, which will be the lighter colors, and I'm adding in some more contrast, which will be the darker colors and in more detail. So my sun is off to the left right here because it's a sunset. And I have the reflection of the statue coming down here, okay? It's a reflection, not a shadow. And then I have the reflection of this right here on the water, and then this part right here on the water. So I added that in with some dark gray, okay? And then I'm adding the blue for the waves because the water's blue, and it'll have some reflection from the sky on it. It'll have some of the reflection from the sky, so I'll leave some of that color in there. So in the sky, I'm just trying to make this really the focal point, and I'm going for a real feeling of grandeur, and here's the storms that passed, and this is what you're focusing on, is the freedom here. So I really am working on this sky to make it grand by putting in light. around here and then keeping this dark. So I'm going to start working on the base here. I'm going to be adding some purple with my gray here. Making sure that's the color I want. Okay. And then I'm going to be adding it to this side because this is going to be mostly the shadow. So I'm just coming in here and adding that color. And basically what I'm doing right now is just, you know, notice how I'm just barely putting it in. I'm putting over what's called a glaze so that I can see the windows and stuff behind it. And then I can put those windows in here and still know that that's where they were at. So that's why I'm just using the glaze. Alright, this is called the Pedestal, and I learned while I was there that it was just as important as the Statue of Liberty. I went through a lot of designs, and it's just as big as the Statue of Liberty. The things I learned. I learned so much while I travel. And on this side, I'm adding gold as a glaze over it. And I'm kind of just moving from side to side as I'm finding the shadows and stuff and working down. I'm just putting in details right now, and I don't want to get too detailed, but this right here where the ocean meets it needs to be a lot darker. So I'm going to add in that. And I'm going to use purple and a little bit of black. Okay, so now I'm going to put in the buildings through here and the trees that are in front of the buildings. So for this step, you want to look back and you want to see your whole painting as a whole and then make any changes that you want to make to your painting. Okay? Make sure that the focal point is where you want the focal point and your eye kind of stays on your painting. And then once you feel like you have finished it, then sign your work and then you're done. Yay!